Welcome to Dream Rave. The moment we've all been waiting for. Teach me about the Dream Rave. Why are we even learning about Dream Rave? What is Dream Rave? What is this crazy woman talking about? Dream Rave is our design, our body graph when we are asleep. So it is different from our waking design. Now, why is this important? Ross said, our deepest conditionings, and we're talking conditionings because this is human design shadow. What we talk about is shadow and conditionings and limitations and limiting beliefs and blah, blah, blah. Our deepest conditionings are two places. First one is Dream Rave. Nobody talks about this. I've seen one other person talk about this, and it's not in detail. The biggest place of conditioning, the biggest place of programming, of conditioning, of limitations, of not self behavior comes from the Dream Rave. And then the second one will depend on whether you are a split definition, a single definition, a triple split or a quad split, or no definition. So simple split is going to be your bridges, single definition, your center, triple splits, your open centers, your undefined centers, same as single, your undefined centers. Simple splits, quad splits are going to be the bridges. Those are going to be your biggest places of conditioning. So knowing this is so super important because now we have this like laser beam that's going directly to the problem rather than playing all over the body graph and being like, oh, well, I'm in the not self of this, or oh, I could play with this, or maybe it's my head, or maybe it's my this and my that. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is based on your Dream Rave and your design. This is what we do in Human Design Shadow. That is what it's all about. Right? Streamlining the process. So let me share. Okay, Human Design Shadow, Dream Rave. The Dream Rave is key to understanding what maintains the not self. Now, this is our Dream Rave body graph. This is what it looks like. And you can download this from Genetic Matrix. That's the one that I use. Actually, I'll at the end, I will show you how to download it from Genetic Matrix, but it's super easy. You just go to your chart and then you just choose, you scroll down and choose sleep foundation. The Dream Rave is key to understanding what maintains the not self. This is not who you are. This is how you are being programmed. And this is why so many people have such a problem with Dream Rave. Karen Curry Parker was like, no, this is too dark. I'm not playing here. This is too dark. I volunteer as tribute, right? Like if it's dark, I am there. But the Dream Rave is all about our programming. It's all about how we are being programmed while we are asleep. It's like, is it a conspiracy theory or is it reality? I don't know. You decide, right? You decide. I'm going to bring you this information and you can say, does this feel correct for me or not? And if it doesn't, it's all good. Just like throw it to the side. But if you're like, that sacral is like, there's something here. All right. Then I explore this with me. Keep an open mind. Please. So Ross said, your Dream Rave may have an area of pressure called a weak point. Some people have a weak point in their sleeping design. A weak point shows where you are vulnerable, susceptible to certain influences that are not you. Your weak point is going to be your biggest domino. It's going to be your most influential, most programmed, most conditioned part of who you are. A weak point shows where you are vulnerable, susceptible to certain influences that are not you. When your Dream Rave gates are bridging gates in your waking design, they represent areas of weakness that can filter into daytime awareness. That's the issue, right? Is that the programming we are receiving while we are sleeping is being filtered into our daytime awareness. And if we don't know about this, then these areas are going to cause us to make not self decisions. strategy and authority is going to be our protection. But we're going to talk about the weak point, and we're going to talk about type changes, because those are going to be your two biggest conditionings when it comes to the dream rave. While we are dreaming, we are actually being programmed for the day ahead. Dreams are entertainment, the drama, to keep us playing, focused, watching while we are being programmed. So what we learned from Jung and Freud and a lot of other mystical teachers is decipher your dreams. Your dreams have symbolism. Your dreams have meaning. Your dreams are important for you to know. What Ra says is that that is exactly what the program wants you to think. Because while you are entertained by this dream, Googling what a red hat means in my dream, the program is working on you, right? And you're carrying this energy of the dream that has the program in it, and you're talking about it, and you're thinking about it, and it's changing the way that you think, and you are now making decisions from a different place, and it has affected you. Have you ever woken up from a dream and you're like, oh my God, you cheated on me in my dream, and now I'm just like mad at you? Like, you're just mad at this person. This poor person has like no idea what's happening, because our dreams affect us. Now, this is true whether you remember your dream or not. You're still being conditioned. It's just that you don't remember it. This is me. I don't remember anything. Like Ross said, that he's been smoking weed since he was like 13 years old, and he never remembers his dream, but he was still being programmed. The moment that you wake up, the waking self is placed under pressure to homogenize. Most human beings simply wake up in the program. They are its embodiment, and they wake up with it. This is when you wake up and you're like, I had this crazy dream and now I'm mad. Now I'm angry. So I'm going to show you how this has like greatly affected me, and how the dream rave has really helped me wake up and recognize, what, before I make any decisions, before I get in my mind, before I start to get restless, let me take a deep breath and follow strategy and authority. The more activations, okay, so this is our laying body graph. We have 15 gates instead of 64. We have 5 centers instead of 9. This is a little bit different. And there's a lot of I read so many of his source materials on this, okay? And he has sometimes it's so hard to make sense of his stuff. But what I understood is that it is different from the waking design in terms of conditioning, because the more activations that you have, the more intense the sleeping program is, and the more potential for a life that is deeply disturbed by the programming. It's more difficult to break out of the not self. So if we have 15 options here for conditioning, and you have 11 because maybe you're a sleeping generator, and you have 11 activations, this is a deeply conditioned person. Now, Ross said that if you have so many conditionings, so many gates that are lit up, the program feels like you are a threat. The program feels like you are a threat to the program, a threat to the conditioning field, right? Like you're too rebellious. And therefore, it is programming you even more while you sleep, because while you're awake, you're a threat. You're a threat. You're a rebellion, right? Whereas if you don't have any activations, like you're a reflector, let's say, and you have 0 gates reflected, what that means, 0 gates defined, what that means is that your conditioning while you're awake is so deep and so powerful that they don't need you. They don't need you while you're sleeping, right? They don't need to condition you while you're sleeping, because you have so many points of conditioning when you're awake. Okay, let's look at what the dream rave looks like. So this is mine. We have the body graph, and then we have this little chart right here, and I'm going to explain this to everyone. And we have 3 categories, we'll call them. We have the light field that's over here. We have the demon realm, which is over here. And we have the earth plane, which is over here. These are kind of, don't get caught up with the language, right? Because demon realm sounds like, but it's not. Like the earth one is the one that you're like, ugh. So the light field is the conditioning of the mind, of the personality. The demon realm is conditioning of the body, your unconscious, what we know in our waking rave to be the design. The earth plane is conditioning from the collective consciousness. This is while you are sleeping, you are being conditioned by everybody that's awake and what is happening in their unconscious and their conscious mind. So you can imagine the kind of shit you're being programmed and conditioned with, because people are insane, right? And there's so much conditioning. So here we have, right, these are my gates, and I have the gate and the line, and you'll see that they mean different things in the sleeping rave, the dream rave. And I will go over the meaning of all of these as well. Let me show you what else we got here. Now, here we have our sleep activations and our codon waking impact. This is the genetic trail of how the information, meaning the dreams and the programming and the conditioning, moves out of the 15 gates to their codon groupings and spreads through the whole body. Now, look here. We don't have a mind, right? We don't have a solar plexus. We don't have an ego. So as soon as we wake up, we're trying to make sense of this. So how is our conditioning moving through our system? It's moving through these codon chemicals. When you wake up, there's an immediate codon transference and information is transferred. That's how you start to become aware of it. Now, these gates are also affected by these 15 gates that you could have active, because all of these gates are in the same chemical family. So I'm getting ahead of myself. It's in the next slide. When I wake up, the information from my gate 1 is immediately available to me through my gate 14, through this lysine, right? That's the chemical that carries the information. Now look, I don't usually have 11 in my waking chart. So I do have 5 in my sleep chart, right? I have 5. I also have it in my waking, but I have 5. Now 5 is in the same codon family as 9, 11, and 26. I don't actually have 11 in my waking chart. So what this means is that I can move in the direction of the 11 because it's being activated by this codon, thinking that I have 11, right? And being conditioned by that not self energy. Because here I am searching for it, reaching for it, right? My gate 5, if I'm having a gate 5 conditioning moment, when I wake up, it's being transferred. The information is being transferred to 9, 11, and 26, but I don't have 11. So now I'm playing where I don't have activations, also known as not self energy. 27 is my weak point. So 27 is my bridge. So what we want to look for in weak points, right? Well, one, we want to look at type change, and I'll show you this, right? I go from a man-gen to a sleeping projector. So that's my first thing, right? Like my first conditioning that I notice right away. The next thing we want to notice is what is in my sleep chart that is not in my waking chart. So for me, it's 27. Not only is 27 not in my waking chart, but it's a bridge. I'm a split definition. This is a bridge that I need, right? So the not self energy of a split definition is I'm going to spend my entire life craving and trying to complete myself with the energy of 27 because it's one of my bridges. This is what I'm attracted to in the not self. So I can spend my entire life trying to have this 27, thinking that I need it, right? This is like nurture. This is also mommy issues. Nurture, caring. I just want someone who's going to protect me, someone that's going to save me, someone that's going to nurture me, amongst other things. But that's in the waking chart. So the sleep chart is different. In the sleep chart, 27 is yearning. It's I have to be better. I have to do this better. I have to do it faster. I have to do more. Yearning for more, desiring, craving for more. Right? So when I tell you that, like, I used to wake up in like a stress panic of like all the things that I have to do. Like panicked. I have so many things to do. And I would wake up in this like horrible with these like horrible feelings of, oh my God, did I sleep too long? Did I not sleep enough? Like I have so much to do. Where do I start? I need money. I need more money. I need more accolades. I need more certifications. I need more of this. I need more of that. Go. So you can see immediately when I woke up, that transference was going to 3, 20, 24, 23, 27, 42, right? All of these gates, mutation right now. I need to do this right now, right? My gate 20. I need to finish this. I need to start it and I need to finish it. My 3 and my 42, it's got to be mutative. How can I change my life drastically? So as soon as I wake up, I have this conditioning from the 27 and it's being transferred to all of these other gates into my awareness. And now I'm in a panic. And that's what the program wants. That's what keeps me in the not self loop. But now that I know this and I resonated with this so deeply, and it's my weakest point, right? Like this is my number one conditioning factor. Now that I know this, when I wake up, I'm like, girlfriend, deep breath. Okay. Nothing needs to get done right now. Everything is fine. Maybe some days I do this. I will set myself up the night before. This is what needs to get done in the morning. Or here's some things that I can respond to in the morning. So I'm immediately thrown into my strategy and authority. This is my morning routine. Nope, this is what I do. There's nothing that needs to get done other than this right now. And what comes into my awareness as I wake up is not real. I know it's not real. I know it's not truth. I can give it a few more minutes. I can let it go. Right? So I don't interpret my dreams anymore because they are just the screen, right? They're just the fog screen. They are just the movie. We're not meant to, well, according to Rob, we're not supposed to interpret it. That's what the program's having us watch and play with while they are programming us to stay in the not self. So yes, is this shit a little bit dark? Yeah. Like, can it be scary? Yes. But like, let's just get fucking real. And then let's be honest with ourselves. And then we can work on fixing it. You can never fix conditioning, right? Like we can't ever get away from it, but we learn how to deal with it for ourselves. Okay. So 27 is my weak point. So this is where I want to be focused. And these are all the different gates that this yearning can manifest through for me in the not self. Like I was just saying, yearning for change, yearning to be better, yearning to figure things out now. Like these are things I need to do right now. I need to finish it. The more activations in the dream rave, the bigger the struggle with the program. We did say that. Now, these numbers here, right? You see they're not connected to centers. These gates are known as portals. They are the way in which dreams from each of the domains can emerge, but they are also ways in which the dreamer can be specifically influenced by the program. Transits to these gates at any time, particularly long-term transits, have an enormous impact on our sleeping life. So this is why Ross said sleep alone. Every type should sleep alone. I think it's IHDS. Any of their programs, some of their advanced programs, they don't want you in there unless you've been following a strategy and authority for a certain amount of time, and sleeping alone for an entire year. Because if I'm sleeping with my partner and they have gate 15 activated, which is the gate of chaos, it's the most chaotic one that you can have while you're sleeping. It's earth realm shit, earth plane. Now I'm amplifying their programming. Now I'm affected by their programming. No. Like, that's for you to be programmed by, not me. But now I'm affected by it. I'm affected, right? Because I'm amplifying it. They're in my energy. They're in my aura. And now I'm being programmed by their programming. I don't want that shit. No thanks. No thanks. So, I mean, you don't sleep with anyone ever? Like, no, obviously. But becoming aware of that. So when I wake up restless and chaotic, I know why. And I don't need to feed into it. There was something else I wanted to say here. Transits. You can run your dream rave with transits. What are the transits right now? This is why my dreams are insane. I don't need to feed into this. This isn't for me. I don't need, just becoming aware of it. I don't need to decipher this. No gates is the not self in the waking chart is powerful enough on its own. We did talk about that. Okay. The 2 levels of programming. 1, we're being programmed and we have no real understanding of what the program is. And 2, the ways in which we actually experience the byproduct of the programming, it's the tip of the iceberg. So we're being programmed and we have no real understanding of what the programming is. Imagine if you knew, hey, dream rave, that you're being programmed while you're sleeping. Now that you're aware of it, you can choose differently. So we can already cross this out, right? We were becoming aware of it. Now, 2, the ways in which we actually experience the byproduct of the programming is the tip of the iceberg. The ways in which we actually experience the byproduct of the programming, this is going to take some awareness on your part, right? I told you how my 27, my weak point, was how I was experiencing the byproduct of the programming in constant stress. So this takes some awareness on your part, waking up in the morning, understanding what the programming is, what's happening here, and how am I feeding into this not self behavior. It puts the program, this is such a weird thing to say. It puts the programming inside of us. So we wake up to a world that we are prepared for, because that's what we're conditioned to expect. It's a way to maintain us in the world. So Ross said, this programming is preparing us for the next day. The dreams that I have tonight are preparing me for the conditioning. It's conditioning me for tomorrow. I'm being prepared for what's to come and how I'm being conditioned for what's to come. It's how they maintain our homogenization in the world. It's how they maintain the matrix. This is how the matrix is maintained. Boom, there it is. Yes, Karen Curry Parker, it is dark. Somebody's got to do it. The conditioning, insight into the dream pattern, the drama in our sleeping life. You can accept it in sleepness in the same way that you accept it in awakeness, choicelessly, without any reason. When you get in a dream, what you get in a dream can poison your waking life. Even if you don't remember it, it's the feeling that you wake up with. It's the fact that it has been embedded into your subconscious mind and now falls into the background of your life. It's kind of scary. Like, don't be scared, because we're here. We're on the mission, right? Like, we're fixing this. We're becoming aware of it. But it kind of makes you see things a little bit differently. And it kind of makes you think about all the people that are just walking around sleeping, or sleeping, dreaming they're awake. Okay. Deepest conditionings, a weak point, things you didn't have in your waking chart that you have in your dream rave. Here you are subject to experience conditioning in your sleep that can affect your ability to align with your true self in your waking state, and the type change from waking chart to dream rave. Okay, so we can see here, this is my weak point. Like I said before, because I do not have the 27. And also my type change is a projector. Now, okay, the types. So reflectors are going to be the most common. Most people are going to be reflectors. As a reflector, in your sleeping chart, you sample the program and can measure the program against the common frequency. Being programmed, sleeping reflectors are being programmed to be servants holding together the homogenized world. They are the conditioning and the propaganda. The propaganda is working with your energy. Now, projectors, their potential recognition that can come from the dreaming process. They're being called out by forces and given the plan, right? By the conditioning forces. They're being called out, and here's the plan. It's not about what the call is or what you're being called to do. It's about understanding the conditioning, how it's playing out in your waking life. What is the conditioning calling you out to do? And you'll see it in your waking life once you start to become aware of it. Once you stop trusting everything you have learned to trust, and you start trusting what you've never trusted before, right? So Ra said, all the realms want you to do its work as a sleeping projector. You are the prime target for propaganda programming. These are often repetitive dreams that are pointing towards a specific focus, right? Think about projectors pointing towards a specific focus. What are you being called out to do? Generators, if you're sleeping generator, meaning you have the defined sacral, this is consistent energy that's happening. It's moving. This can be restless. Manifestors, in order to be a manifestor, you have to have the 3828 and the 5720 here. Moving info up the 20th while asleep, but when they wake up, it likely won't be there. So the themes of the 2838 and the 5720 are going to dominate this person's life. Spontaneity in their waking life because of fear. And think about it, right? Like sleeping manifestor, they might not be in their waking life a manifestor. They might be a generator. And here they are feeling like they need to be spontaneous because they're waking up and they're like, oh my God, I have to deal with things now, because they have this sleeping 20. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm scared of all of it. I have to deal with it now. So they're initiating in their life because they've been programmed as a manifestor in their sleep life. So it's important to take some time to really analyze your type in your waking chart and your type in your sleep chart, and how might this affect each other. Okay, now I'm going to go through all of the different gates for the light field and the just trying to get rid of this thing. The light field, the earth plane. My screen share is paused. Okay. So I'm going to go through the gates for the light field, the demon realm, and the earth plane. Let's get into it. And the lines, what they mean. So this is the light field. The light field is direct connection to the personality consciousness field. This is the personality crystal, right? So 62 is love. This is the red carpet for the future. These are prophetic dreams. This is an influencing gate about the future. It gives you information abruptly and directly. 20 is sight. This is visual information. It can wake you up suddenly and you want to take spontaneous action in your waking life. Like, oh my God, I just got this information. I need to move. In your dream, in your conditioning, it might be waiting for the wake up, waiting for the knowing. It's like, I know something's coming, but I don't know what it is. 57 is attunement. This is perfect attunement to the line. And this is awareness of the sleep state. These people tend to have really vivid dreams. They remember their dreams really well. Potential prophetic dreams like the 62. 8, this is darkness. Nihilistic, this is the destroyer, pulls the covers of darkness over everything. This is where the personality brings the deep fear into the dream world. Programming is to be driven by fear. So they might have dreams that are fearful because they are being conditioned to fear, to have fear. They're being conditioned into the darkness. Joy is gate 1. This is the promise of joy once you have been able to overcome the darkness. So this is like when I wake up and I'm like, okay, I can have money and I can have love and I can have all the things that I want in life, but first I got to do this and I got to work hard and I got to do it right now. All religions, Ross said, are based on these 5 light field gates and their conditioning: love, sight, attunement, darkness, and joy. Think about it. This is how religion conditions us, through these fields while we are asleep and awake, right? Because that's religion. The demon realm. The demon realm conditions the vehicle, which is our design, our body. You wake up with a feeling that sets the tone for the entire day. Where we are or are not taking care of our bodies. Eat based on your determination. That's that first arrow, right, of our variables, because the demon realm is dominated by food. If you have a lot of demon realm gates, you're going to notice that what you eat before bed affects your dreams. It affects how you sleep. Really, really important to eat based on your determination, based on your PHS. Gate 19, environments. This is physical, alien environments that show up in your dreams where you're like, where is this? I can't identify what this is. But you're experiencing it. It's meant for you to experience something in the environment. 53, flight, flying in your dream. This is aligned with sacred geometry, like a flight plan for the next day. You're being aligned unconsciously for the next day, literally. 42, dying. Dying in a dream is protection from overstimulation or overwhelm. This is your body saying, we're overwhelmed. We need a cleansing. It's your immune system saving you from a problem. It's telling you there's a problem with your body. Something's not right here. 38 is aggression, adrenalized in sleep, cleanses aggressive energy. 28 is fear. It may not be that their dreams are fearful, but the opposite. The lack thereof is what is most frightening. The emptiness that leads to the fear in life. Remember, 2838 in our waking chart is channel struggle. 28 is all about purpose. So if this person with this realm is so deeply connected to our body. So what Ross said was, if you're waking up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night, that is literally, and you have 2838, one of them or both, that's literally your body telling you you're not ready for your purpose. Eat better. Start here. Start with your food. You're not ready for your purpose because your body's is not able to take it on, right? Like if you're in your waking life trying to find your purpose and you're so like insane about it and you're waking up in cold sweats, your body's like, nope, go back to food. We're not ready. We can't handle it yet. We're not ready. I found this one to be the most fascinating. Earth plane. Earth plane is we're being conditioned by astrals and madness of humanity. This is the collective unconsciousness. Who is awake while you are sleeping? This is the chaos field. This is the collective, not self. Ross said these dreams are meant to be shared with the collective, but don't decipher it. It's just share it because this is what's happening in the collective and people need to become aware of it. But you don't have it. Don't take it on as conditioning, right? Like become aware of how it's conditioning you. This is the result of the dreaming state on the waking plane. Let me say that again. This is the result of the dream state, how we're being conditioned and programmed in the dream state. This is the result on the waking plane. This is how we see it. It's like this vicious circle. Gate 12 is the gate of mutation, catching something new. Something new is coming in my field. I see something happening, but you won't know what it is. You won't know what it is, and you won't receive all the information for it, but something is happening. 27, yearning, themes of greed, lust, want, obsession, burning desire to get, achieve, have, be, get to witness it, get attacked by it, nightmares, a deep yearning that is more potent than the stream of desire in the solar plexus while you're awake. 15 is chaos. This is going to be the most disturbing of dreams. Things together that shouldn't be, can be very uncomfortable, spectrums of extremes. You wake up and you're not sure where you are, but you're grateful that you're not in that dream anymore. It's like everything is lost. There's no time. There's no space. 5 is time. This is time distortion, pulling objects, entities, and people out of different times and reassembling them in the same place. 50 is sex, sexual themes from the collective consciousness, lust, sexual rejuvenation. It means your sexual desire is being rejuvenated in your sleep. This is what Freud's weak point, Ross said, was 50. He was obsessed with sex and dreams and how we obsess about our love for our parents. He made that sexual. It was like all of his life's work was literally built off of his not self behavior. That's crazy. That is crazy. Remember, this is coming from the collective unconsciousness. So if you have a lot of these, know, yes, these are the most disturbing because it's the collective unconsciousness. Okay, line items. So lines are going to give us insight into the dream pattern, the dramas in our sleeping life, how that gate feeds you the dreams you experience that relate to your programming. So line 1 is secrets. This is data, facts, truths that in our waking life we didn't get. It's being implanted in us, so we will see it when we wake up. But of course, we don't always know what it is when we wake up. It's working in the background, in the subconscious. We're programmed to think that there is a secret to solve that will make us feel secure. Secrets only means that the data hasn't reached the conscious field yet. 2 is possession, where you are holding on to something or something is holding on to you and you are afraid of losing it. Essentially programmed to possess and not let go. Being called into the dream, being possessed by the dream. This is like when you keep dreaming about a partner. It doesn't mean they're thinking about you. It doesn't mean you guys are meant to be. It's probably this possession of like, I cannot let go of this person. Now think about that, right? Let's say you have line 2 and it's possession or yearning, 27.2, let's say. And you're dreaming about your ex because it's Mercury retrograde. And Scorpio eclipse. You're dreaming about your ex. Now you have this dream and you're like, oh my God, I dreamt about them. They're definitely thinking about me. I'm going to look it up. It means they're in love with me. It means we're going to end up together. Oh my God, I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them and I'm going to tell them that I had a dream about them. And we're just going to like ride off into the sunset forever. All of that you just were so busy with and all of your energy is not self, right? That's all conditioning. That's what the program wants you to do. Because if you're here playing over here, being obsessed, lusting, yearning, you're spending all of this not self energy on things that aren't good for you. It keeps you more in the not self and living in the matrix and the program, right? The way that they want you to. But if instead you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I dreamed about my ex. Let me follow strategy and authority. Do I call them? No. Great. Done. Over. Right? You don't need to keep following it. You know that you're going to have dreams about possessing things, needing things, not being able to let go of things. And now that I know that, when I wake up, I don't need to feed into my dream pattern. I can release it. 3, turmoil, the ultimate mutation, because chaos creates something new. This is when you wake up and you're like, my dream was chaotic. Like, I burned the house down. I should burn down my business. I should burn it all down. Obsession is line 4, wanting more, pushing harder, better opportunities, give me more, 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 more. Fantasy is 5. This is delusion of expectation, fairy tale like dreams, hope, dreams, possibilities. Oh, we could ride off into the sunset together. Fantasies, they're delusions, not real. 6 is vision, what is yet to be seen. This is visual information, more important than the drama of the dream. This is also the most selfish, aiming to stop some sort of transition from happening. But there will be visual information that you see, that you receive. Okay, when you lose definition, when you don't have, right, like I have the G and the, oh no, I don't know who's, this is one of my friends. See, she has the throat and the G defined, but here she does not. Losing the defined G in sleep can cause this person to be obsessed with trying to express their identity authentically when they're awake. Because in their sleep, they don't know who they are. They're being conditioned not to be who they are. This is my friend. She has a waking identity that is fixed, but because of her dream conditioning, she is going to be focused on finding love, on figuring out who she is. And this is what she does. So confirmed. Think about what happens when these centers come back awake in the morning. I need to express, I need attention, I need to make this happen now, because it's not self-conditioning that is still being processed through your body, even though you have this defined. This is how I believe, Rod did not say this specifically, but this is how I believe that we pull on some of this distorted energy of our fixed centers. So she is more likely, she's a single definition, I believe. Oh no, she's a split. Okay. Well, other than her bridges, we would obviously look at her spleen and her ego, but maybe I wouldn't with her, because she has these 2 centers undefined in her sleep dream rave. So I might instead, after I talk to her about her bridges, look at her dysfunctional energy, the not self energy of her defined G center and defined throat, based on all of this conditioning that she is getting while she's sleeping. There's so many ways to play with this. And I encourage you to play with it. Play with it. Try it out for yourself, obviously, before you do anybody else. But just keep playing with it and see what pops up for you. See what comes through. It will. It will make sense. This is the transiting field. You can see here, these were the transits when I pulled this. Heavy light field energy. Good amount of earth plane energy. This is a lot of earth plane energy. Not so much demon realm. So we might not be affected in the body as much as we are in the mind. Because remember, the light field conditions the mind. The demon realm conditions the body. So if you have a lot of demon realm activations, you're going to want to focus on the body. If you have a lot of light field activations, you're going to want to focus on the mind. How is this conditioning my mind? Earth plane's just everything. We're just fucked. No, just kidding. Okay. I know I have more. Of course, because I would never not give you guys a solution to the problem. The solution, my loves. Sleep alone. Go to sleep based on your waking type, right? Generators, go to sleep exhausted. Projectors, have some time to calm down before you fall asleep. Wake up and establish your authority. Follow strategy and authority. When you take authority away from the mind, you will not be deluded anymore. That's why we follow strategy and authority, because it always comes back to the body. So this could look different for everyone. Like I told you, for me, it's like, okay, I wake up, I need a few minutes. to just like breathe and be in and out of consciousness. But to just breathe and not let my immediate feelings and immediate thoughts overtake my mind or my body. Right. So a lot of the law of attraction stuff, it's like as soon as you wake up, make sure that you're thinking positively. I could never do that. I could never do that. And I couldn't figure out why I would wake up a lot of times depressed. And I'm like, I just feel so depressed. Like I can't get out of bed. And I really think that it is this configuration, like this dream realm, right? Like this is my demon realm, like 2838. When I wake up, this is depression. How was I being conditioned? How was I being conditioned? Then my 27. Am I feeling depressed because I feel like I have so much to do and I'm not doing enough and I'm obsessed and I'm blah, 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 right? So take some time and play around with a different morning routine. Maybe journal, right? When you wake up, how do I feel every morning when I wake up? What's the transit? Play around with this. Try to, what I really want to encourage you to do is, instead of asking me 1,000 questions about the lines or the different gates or whatever it is, pick one, right? Like maybe it's my gate 1, line 1, joy secrets. And I'm going to play with that for a week or a day or 2 days, 2 nights, right? And in the morning, I'm going to wake up. How am I feeling? What secrets were shown to me? What do I feel like I'm like trying to figure out? Why do I feel like I can't have happiness until I get over this? Like it's like life has to be hard in order to enjoy it, in order for it to be worth it. When do I feel that? Where do I feel it? Where does it show up? So I encourage you to play around with it instead of taking it all into the mind and trying to figure it all out. No, how does it actually feel? What is the byproduct of the conditioning in your physical life, in your waking life? That's all I got. All right. I know that's a lot. Watch this several times. Like I said, play around with it. Play around with it. I can't wait to hear what you think. Bye.